The collective defense and battle groups in Romania and other eastern countries could be given the status of brigades. The Alliance's Deputy Secretary-General, Romanian Mircea Joană, said the summit would bring good news for Romania, but also for Ukraine, for the transatlantic relation and the alliance per se. From the military and security viewpoints, Joană says, and because Russia is an unpredictable and aggressive player, Romania will have the same quality in terms of national security as Germany and Belgium. There will be no difference in what NATO has on the eastern flank and in Western Europe. Next week we are going to attend the NATO summit in Madrid, and we are expecting historic news for Romania. The talks in Madrid will also be focusing on the requests from Finland and Sweden to join the alliance, although no decision is expected because of Turkey's opposition. Until July the 3rd, the city of Sibiu in central Romania is seeing the International Theatre Festival, currently at its 29th edition. The festival, which is unfolding under a theme simply entitled Beauty, includes productions of theatre, dance, circus, film, musical and opera, street performances, concerts, book launches and exhibitions have also been included in the festival's agenda. For 10 days, artists of the world stage are offering the public the possibility of enjoying live performances acknowledged at international level and recipients of prestigious international awards. The alleged assailant on Friday night in Oslo is a Norwegian citizen of Iranian descent who is known to the intelligence services in that country, a police official said on Saturday. He didn't reveal the identity of the suspect, but mentioned the assailant's previous brushes with the law for carrying weapons and drug possession. The attack in downtown Oslo left 2 dead and 21 wounded, out of whom 10 severely. According to police sources, the suspect was being held on suspicion of murder, attempted murder and terrorism based on the number of people targeted at multiple locations. And now to end the news bulletin, here is a reminder of the main stories. Romanian President Klaus Iohannis has attended the European Council in Brussels, during which the Republic of Moldova and Ukraine have been granted the status of EU candidate countries. At the NATO summit in Madrid next week, the Black Sea region will be acknowledged as having a strategic importance in the collective defense. And until July the 3rd, the city of Sibiu in central Romania is seeing the International Theatre Festival, currently at its 29th edition. And that was the news from Radio Romania International in Bucharest. Coming up next, The Week in Review.
Hello and welcome to this review of the main events of the week on Radio Romania International. The Republic of Moldova and Ukraine are now official candidates for joining the European Union after the leaders of the 27 EU member states ruled on that decision at the European Council meeting in Brussels. The third applicant country, Georgia, was encouraged to keep up reforms in order to gain this status at some point in the future. Romanian President Klaus Iohannis was present on Thursday and Friday in the Belgian capital, attending the meeting of leaders of European Union and West Balkan countries, as well as the European Council meeting and the extended format Euro Summit. While there, he stated,
Cred că prin acest pas putem să spunem că s-a schimbat paradigma lărgirii.
I believe that taking this step, we can say that the paradigm of the EU enlargement, the expansion policy, got a new push. I believe that Ukraine, Moldova, and Georgia got a push in turn, and I am convinced that everyone will join very serious efforts to put into practice the reforms, procedures, and projects that are surely still necessary to take the next steps. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky saluted what he called a unique and historic moment. Moldovan President Maya Sandu also called this moment historic, while warning her fellow citizens that they are faced with an arduous task ahead. In fact, European states had showed their support for Ukraine since early this week, when the latter was given the status of participating partner in the I3M initiative. This is a political and economic platform formed by 12 European Union states situated between the Baltic Sea, the Adriatic Sea, and the Black Sea. Meeting in Riga, Latvia, European leaders, among them Romania's president, decided to form a new type of partnership, which would include other Central and Eastern European states, even ones that are not part of the European Union. Klaus Johannes announced that Romania would host next year the I3M initiative, and that taking over the organization of the event would bring back to the Black Sea the decision-making center of the initiative. After intense debates within the ruling government coalition in Romania, the executive resorted to its only option that has support during these trying times, a mechanism for compensating for fuel prices. Prime Minister Nicolae Ciucă announced that starting on July the 1st, the price of fuel would drop by half a leu, meaning about 10 euro cents, in order to help drivers cope with prices at the pump. The compensation package is worth a total of 2 billion lei, about 400 million euro. Here is what the Prime Minister explained.
Este o măsură care implică atât responsabilitatea guvernului, cât și responsabilitatea...
This measure involves both the responsibility of the government as well as the responsibility of companies in the oil industry. Half of this amount will be footed by the state through a mechanism that will be implemented between the distributors and the line ministries. The mechanism through which we ensure the stability of fuel prices will be applied for a period of 3 months. This subsidy will be reflected on each receipt issued at pumping stations. This measure is similar with discounts applied by other EU states, such as France and Spain. The Social Democratic Party, which has supported from the start setting a ceiling on fuel prices, believes that the solution of a discount worked for only a few weeks in other countries, after which prices bounced back. They say that prices will rise again, and announced that they would make another proposal for setting a maximum price, or a ceiling on profit margins. The opposition party USR criticized the decision, saying that prices will continue to rise and that the discount will soon be moot. Prime Minister Nicolae Ciucă announced that after the 3 months, the government would look into a new set of measures. Compensating for fuel prices is part of a series of measures announced by the coalition government to help households and industries face the two-figure inflation. Last month, the government in Bucharest passed measures worth 1.1 billion euro, including single payments towards disadvantaged pensioners. In April, the executive announced grants, vouchers and subsidies worth 3.5 billion euro for low-income households and key industries. The government also set a ceiling on gas and electricity prices for households and other customers up until 2023. Meeting on Thursday, the Bucharest government announced that it would use reserve funding to set aside 1 million lei, about €200,000 for David Popovic, the young swimmer, only 17 years of age, who has set new world records. This week, Popovic set a new first in Romanian swimming. He became a double world champion at the World Swimming Championships in Bucharest. After winning on Tuesday the top title in the 200-meter event, the Romanian had a decisive win on Wednesday in the 100-meter finals with 47 seconds 58. This is a historic time obtained by David Popovic in the event that is considered at the top of the discipline. It has been 49 years since a swimmer has won both the 100 and 200-meter event at the same World Championship. In addition, he holds world records in the junior category for both these events. This has been the Week in Review.
And time now for Song of the Day. We invite you to listen to Direcția 5 with their hit, I Believed.